Hey there everyone on YouTube, it's Giles here. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you can see the guitar from where you are. I'll move you back a little bit. Maybe a little bit. That'll do. That'll do. Not that it's like the main point of the video, but it's similar to how I felt in the past. I wanted to do some guitar, and I wanted to do some talk. So here we are. I haven't been thinking a lot about YouTube recently. I've been mostly thinking about stuff that I want to be getting on with, funnily enough, which is kind of new for me being in this position because I can't describe it. It's all off the back. It is all off the back of this whole autism realization and revelation and that sort of stuff. It like rewiring how you handle nerves and discomfort in public is fascinating and really productive. I mentioned in my previous video that I went to an open mic night, and I experienced the same old problems, but it's so cool processing them or dealing with them in like a completely different way. I can't describe it. It's like you just don't quarrel with it as much. Like quarreling with it is sort of what you go through in the past, when you're sort of before discussing autism, before thinking about autism, or rather denying autism, as a lot of people were putting it to me. I was sort of like, if something happened publicly that would make me unnerved or something, not only would I assume it was me, I would like curse me for it, and I would be trying to stop the reaction. I would be trying to stop that happening, as in, you're nervous when this happens, you're nervous when that happens. Stop being nervous, and it doesn't, my brain doesn't physically work like that. And it sounds like one of those things where you're like, is that, specifically to do with autism, and that's arguable, but I think given my situation, and when you look up something like autism, you are just counting the amount of green lights that you hit, or the red flags, you could say, rather. I don't know, like just like facing the same demons but having a completely different reaction to them, just sort of like, don't be worried, this is just the way it is, and you stick with it. And not only did I enjoy myself a lot when I went to the open mic the other night, I attended a gig on yesterday, Sunday, and the guitarist from Praying Mantis just walked in while I was in the middle of watching this chap. There's a chap performing who I was aware that he played with Tino Troy is the name of the fella from Praying Mantis. I mentioned in my last video, I believe, or the video before, I can't remember which. But yeah, he just walked in, and my friend Dan introduced me to him. So it's kind of surreal, just like sort of walking out of the pub, and I'm just sort of like, I've just met the bloke from Praying Mantis. I don't know quite what's happening to my life, but the amount of energy that you get from that, because it wasn't like extensive. It wasn't like let me sit you down and talk to you about how much I like your band. It was very casual, and he mentioned the gig at the end of the month, and I was like, I will be there. But it's just, things have like started to roll like really positively, and I don't quite know what to do with it. But I think as well, I don't know how to act upon it as quickly as it's coming to me. Like like today, I wanted to go out in the evening. I don't have like any money, so I was sort of like, well, fuck. But that's alien to me. It's really alien to me. Like usually I can't wait to stay in, you know. But and I'm not saying that I've become like addicted to going out, because like obviously I'm prone to like losing a social battery. But I think there's just so much less. I'm putting so much less pressure on myself to, I guess, be neurotypical, and that's taking so much stress out of socializing, which I didn't think it was possible. You know, like I'm just not telling myself, I'm not fussed with, you know, I'm not like, behave yourself, Giles. You're among the normal people. It's just sort of like, you know, this is how you are, and you might ease up and you might not ease up, and all the rest of it. And it's just, I don't know, everything just feels easier. Everything feels easier, and when it's, you know, at one point it's warming me, at another point it's freaking me out, you know. I've been working on Blood Brothers recently, you know. And do you know what? I tried recording it for a short. No, that's not it. I was talking about the whole red light syndrome, as they call it. As soon as I hit record, can't play it. Honestly, as soon as the camera's not recording, I am playing it perfectly on a loop, over and over again. It's insane. Doesn't wanna do it. And then you got the other. No. With editing, I played it, but you might have to cut some notes out. It was in there somewhere. I just hit a bunch of other notes while hitting it. I'm creative like that. You know, it's like your seasoning, embellishment. That's what they call it, embellishment. And you go, oh, I love the way he played the theme from Blood Brothers. It sounded like he was killing his guitar, but no, he was just peppering it. He was just embellishing. He was just spicing it up a little bit too spicy. I mean, that'll blow your face off, but so I rushed back to the melody like like I was going to catch myself off guard. Like, you've forgotten about the camera, go on. And I think Temple of the King is still Temple of the Pauper. That wasn't even. That bit, for some reason, rain or shine, no problem with that. Jinxed it. Oh dear. But yeah, so what the hell was I saying before I started doing this? Yeah, so there's like, I'm sort of focusing on money right now, because, you know, I like the idea of building up money to fund my drinking habits. And by drinking habit, I mean like one drink. because I still, I don't like drinking that much because I can't really drink that much. I just sort of, my plan is to either have a slow beer or bring back the half pint. You know, people don't really do the half pint anymore, do they? I want to bring it back. Going, half pint. You just look around, you don't see anyone drinking a half pint. That'll be me. That'll be me. And all the people that, all the people from behind the bar, they'll be like, whoa, this bloke, he's bringing something new. That's another Iron Maiden song. Oh. No. Do 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 do. Is that Dance of Death? Sorry, I should have really worked this out. I don't want to update iTunes. I like it the way it is. Dance Danky of Theatre. Ba. That'd be a good one to learn, wouldn't it? Sounds just right for me. Okay, that's not it. It's obviously like down here somewhere. Mm-hmm. Up there. What if it's not even those? This is why I'm not in Iron Maiden. That would be a very interesting band if I was. So on the subject of music, there's my digital music. I think I mentioned this last time. I want to get my Bandcamp sorted, where I will upload digital music. I swear that wasn't done deliberately. That's FL Studio there. What am I doing there actually? Am I just having like an ADHD gasm today? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, this is like really miserable, this one, isn't it? It's like, it's just called Doom. Not as in like, you know, the game. I just called it Doom because I was just like, this sounds like Doom. But yeah, the thing is, I've got like 70 tracks, but I want to be a bit more, you know, I don't want to just be like, I've got 70, here they all are. You've got to check these things, and you've got to make sure it's all, because I do it in such a splurge of ADHD that I kind of have to like slow down and really examine what I've done. Because oftentimes when I do stuff like that, I'm like, this is amazing, and then I think about it for a moment, and I realise that it's not quite as amazing as I thought it was. But yes, and my another mild Everest, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, was a poetry video. That's the thing I want to work on next, because it feels like reading, when I'm writing a poem, it feels like how it's read is like just as important as the poem itself. And that's why, like, people sort of say, you know, you should make a poetry book, and I'm like, no. I don't want someone reading my poem wrong. To hell with you. But I did decide on something called Chinny of the Woods, which was about a ghost eating woman. No, a ghost hunter who became possessed by the ghost that she hunted, and now she hunts people who hunt ghosts. She's a ghost hunter. See, not bad. But there's a track for that as well, and Yes, but I'm trying to sort of work out how it all will fit together. Like, do I take the track and fit it around a reading, or do I integrate the reading with the track and sort of make a second track that is more like arranged with the pacing of the reading in mind, you know? And then I start to get into strange territories, like making songs where I'm reading the poetry, which sometimes really doesn't seem like a bad idea, but then I don't know, you know. then I'm like, one stone at a time. You know, you can only rationalize a set amount of confidence at a time. Let's not go crazy. Well, maybe I do need to go crazy. You never know. Because ever since I opened the floodgates, and I decided that on my not safe for work side of things, I decided that I should just do every project at once. The results have been amazing. Like, have been absolutely amazing. I released a comic yesterday. It's already made me £200, and I've finished another one today, and I'm like, well, the other one's still alive. Like, I give it a moment. Maybe I'll upload it tomorrow, and then I don't have to work on that as much. But while I'm not working on that as much, I could be working on all this other stuff. Like you know, like the music. I play the guitar a lot more. I feel like, you know, things are starting to fall into place. But, you know, when I think about, like, reading out the poems and stuff like that, that feels like another sort of little Everest, as in, I'd like to, I do feel like I would like to appear on an open mic night at some point. But Lord help me, am I bricking at that idea? But I was like, what if, you know, I take like a poem or something, and I take like a track, because you could take, you know, the track's on a phone, plug the phone into the speakers, you know, sound leveling isn't too tricky, you know, then I'm like, read to live things. Yeah, it just seems like an interesting idea, because learning to play the guitar will take me a long time. And yes, I'd like that's what's going on in my head at the moment. Oh, and t-shirts, because I actually have a t-shirt store, but I don't talk about it because there's only 2 t-shirts out there right now. But this was on Redbubble. I made like 2 designs for a t-shirt. You've already seen the t-shirts. I've worn them at some point in a video, especially because there was a point in my life where I got too fat for all my t-shirts, and I was only left with 3 different t-shirts that were large, and they just so happened to be the ones that I ordered from my store. I left my store sort of dormant for like, I don't know, since I made the t-shirts like 6 months ago, and then just like one day, like 30 quid just appeared in my bank account, and I was like, 30 quid? Where the hell's this come from? And I had to do like some detective work to work out that it came from my store. But that's sort of been at the back of my mind ever since, because I'm like, well, you did nothing to promote it. You did possibly 5 minutes of work for each of those things. Excuse me, I'm getting one of those imploding hiccups. Don't you hate that? Instead of hiccuping, you sort of go. It's like a silent implode. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, well, if you just like made a t-shirt design that just made yourself laugh or whatever more regularly, and I for whatever reason I make myself laugh a lot, just do that occasionally, you know. And whenever you got a new song, which you do a lot, and when I say song I mean track, do that. I mean, I'm not sure how anything else makes money, but you know, I feel like I'm just sort of indulging at the moment, and like I know it sounds mercenary to go, how does it make money? But in my defence, there's a lot of ways you can write something off as having something to do with money. You know, it's like kind of like how you know, like taxes. You know how they write taxes off, like they you get like, you know, they're sort of, I can write this off as a tax expense, or like this vaguely is to do with my business in some way, shape or form. I feel like the same thing applies when you're following money. Like you're sort of like, you know, oh, I'm gonna go to this open mic night, but you know, I am actually selling music or something, and it's networking, and you know, I'm meeting other artists and all that sort of stuff. Like I think like that's like a good mentality to have, because it also keeps you out and about. And I feel like if it's not what everyone's doing, it's what everyone should be doing, you know, because you sort of network through means of interest pertaining to your business, and that's the same way that everybody connects. You know, I was as I came out of that gig on Sunday. It was quite nice. Like the sun was coming out and stuff like that, and I could hear like some like rock music or something coming from like another pub that we passed, and I thought it would be nice to go in there, but I was so sort of focused on going home. Not because like, oh, I really need to go home, but just because it's logged in my brain that that's what's going on, you know. And that's the sort of thing that I, you know, I'm not being a bell end to myself. I'm not like saying you have to stop this, but it's the sort of thing that I'm just trying to reconcile with a little bit and rewire and sort of like not be so set on course. And you know, and because I'm starting to get like positively allergic to repetitive behaviour. It just seems like getting annoyed with that feels nice right now. But I thought about you know random pub with rock music coming out of it, you know, or is there a gig on sort of thing, or something like that. And I was just in the mood to go in there, but just because my brain was set on going home, I literally went home, and as soon as I got home, I just thought to myself, I would have liked to have gone in there. And I've been thinking more and more, I really would have liked to have gone in there. And I think, you know, next time I will. And that in and of itself is completely alien thinking to me. It's not the Giles I've been used to for the past God knows how many years. But I swear, like the ice is thawing so much that I'm having a hard time remembering what I was afraid of in the beginning. You know, it's a very strange sensation, because I realise that even autism aside, there's some serious trauma there. You know, I was assaulted very badly when I was younger. I've mentioned this a few times now. Assaulted very badly when I was younger, and that caused a lot of issues with like going out after dark and stuff like that. But I do think one of the things I thought about when I was at the gig the other night is that in like a positive sense, I did kind of feel my age. And I say that in a positive sense because, I don't know, I think like being younger used to scare me more, because like, I don't know, like you're more beat upable when you're younger. That's not a challenge for anyone to try, but you know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, like kids beat kids up. It's a little bit rarer for it to happen to adults, and or whatever, however you're defining adults. I can't describe it. I just genuinely felt less. I don't know. I don't know what my paranoia thinks is going to happen when I'm scared of that sort of thing, you know. But then again, as much as I can joke, somebody looking at me and going, "Oi, hairy," and beating me up. That is literally what happened to me when I was a teenager. So, you know, it's that link between comedy and tragedy. Most things you can joke about, if you see them in reality, can be very horrific, you know. But yeah, no, I mean, it just seemed like I had a very good time, and it's really, I don't know, I'm on the kick of it at the moment. Like, I feel like I just want to keep going with it, and I want to I don't know exactly where else I can go. But it reminds me when I was like younger, and I sort of I was always like the guy that called friends out and got people together, you know. And at some point in my life, and I still like try and work out if it was when I was before or after the assault. At some point in my life, I just stopped being the guy that called everyone, and you know, we had like hangouts and stuff like that were central to our group of friends. That I was the guy that always fought for it, because I knew that without it we would fall apart, and then the and then the smoking ban kicked in, and no matter how much you try and keep it together, the place where we used to hang out was manually shut down, should we say. And I guess that might have been one of the things that bummed me out, I don't know. You went up too high there. Is it just me, or was I playing that alright while I was talking? But the second I stop talking, I can't play it. That's just gravy. What about the tectonic plate? I don't know this one that well. It's like the extension or something. I was taught it by a man with a great name, but evidently I haven't cultivated it very well. And I am getting a guitar face. It's I don't think I'm getting it there. I think I'll just make sound happen. Why? Why aren't you doing it? Sometimes I'm just like, keep going, and other times I'm like, I would keep going, but I don't know which direction I'm going in. Yeah, I'm getting it with I'm like, my mouth was going like this, and I don't know how visible it is, but I think to myself, well, maybe if the melody gets any more intricate, the more visible it's going to appear. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, I keep meaning to, like, you know, get some songs down, you know, strum fun. But I don't know. I'm kind of happy at the moment, just sort of learning random shit. You know, Not that Iron Maiden's Blood Brothers is shit. I apologise. It's a majestic song. And if it sounds like I'm getting the pacing all wrong, it's because I could not give a solitary shit about the pacing right now. It's just about making the notes happen when I want them to happen. Or maybe pacing would help, you know. No good. Who'd be me? In the film, Weird Al Yankovic. Sometimes you just persevere. You're just like, well, it's not working, but just keep doing it anyway. Let's try the actual. No, it's not that one. No. I needed someone with like a ruler to like whack my knuckle. No, I don't need that. I'll end up ending my guitar on their head. Oh, let's go down low. High. Yes. Oh dear. I guess that's like the D minor shape. I like it. It's easy. It's comfortable. And I like that because it's a G. You see, E minor for eggs, and then G for Giles. Eggs and Giles. Best holiday ever. By the way, that's not an E and a G. It's an E and a G when it's up there. I don't know what it is when it's down there. Oh wait, I've got a tuner up there. That would probably tell me. Did I put that in the same place that I put it last time? Did I? Or was it another thing? Why don't my ears work? Why can't I tell if that's the same place as I put it last time? Okay, on you go. I think everything's tuned alright. What's this? Feels like it's a magic 8 ball when I do this. I think it's an A. Oh, hang on a moment. It's the first note, isn't it? If you know anything about guitars or chords, you probably know it's the first. That will be a C. C, C, C. I don't know. A. That is an A. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I read this article from Bruce Dickinson saying that he has no idea what a pentatonic scale is, and yeah, I'll let it go to my head. I'm like, if he doesn't know, and he is Bruce Dickinson, that means I could create Tears of the Dragon and need to know nothing about music. Well, not create Tears of the Dragon. Tears of the Dragon has already been created, but I could make a song. it's like every now and then, like I can feel that, like I can feel like my fingers are losing their footing. I don't care what that sounds like. They're losing their footing, and I could feel like I could feel this hand giving up, and like it just starts holding frets randomly. Like, I hope this is the right one, and let's just keep going. Although I will say I don't know, because I've been playing with no pick for ages, and I genuinely don't know if it's good for me. I genuinely, because I know like some people play without a pick, some people do with it, and I have like a pick here, and although I haven't used it, I have looked at it a lot. Not that that gets a lot done. I don't know how this is going to be. I'm not like strumming properly there. I'm foolishing it. Like that's the A. A lot better than usual. Yeah. Well, apparently I can use a pick. I didn't know that. I haven't used a pick for like 2 months. That's interesting. Although. Oh no. How do the freaks do this? Oh. No. Though it does lack that power. It doesn't have that kick, does it? I've got to stop. I keep just going, dance of death. Da, 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 da. It's not that. It's not da 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 da. It's da 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 da. Completely different sound. Not da 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 da. One is like one's got that wonderful waltz-like vibe, and the other one's got that sort of meadow on fire, but meadow is still nice vibe. No. I keep wondering if I you know that the melody that I do. I keep wondering if I can at least do it as I'm doing the other one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know. But it could work. It could work with sort of a little bit of practice. Practice makes perfect, and I really shouldn't have. I thumped the guitar just now with my big salmon-like hands, and it made a noise I didn't like. I wasn't angry. In fact, I was the complete opposite. I was very happy. That seems to be a common trait with me. I break things when I'm angry, but I also break things when I'm very happy. You watch in the future, like I'll enter a room with a big smile on my face, and everyone will just run. That's been like, don't go near him. He's feeling jolly today. I've intrigued myself now. I'm still not amazing at strumming, if I'm completely honest, because I have a hard time keeping, you know, like your 4 beats or your 8 beats or your 3 beats or your 6 beats. I tend to just sort of like, it gets to like, I don't know, 5.5 beats, and I just suddenly want to do something completely different, which does not make good music. So, you know, we can pray for. Oh. I think like one of the biggest perils of like learning the guitar is you don't know. If you are a musician, you might know what I'm talking about. You don't know what sounds good. This is something that naturally is inside you that just sort of says, if you think it sounds good, doesn't mean it does. And I think like we genuinely live in fear of going about artistry and having no idea that it's bad. That is the fear. That's the. But when you think about it, there is a degree of nonsense to that. But it's just what I would link it with paranoia. I can't remember if I spoke about this in the previous video or the video before, but like how bad can bad be? Like how when I sort of think about going to that open mic and think about going to more, it was so enjoyable going to more, and thinking about people that were not the best and how I still enjoyed what I was seeing and enjoyed the experience and respect them, for getting up there alone, and considering what is a flaw, like what is, because there's a friend of mine who was on the stage with one of the other performers, and they didn't work out well. They between them they made a lot of mistakes in their performance, but it was just funny. Like they don't come off stage, and I'm like, well, that didn't work. That if anything, like they're laughing at their own mistakes, and it's just a really nice environment. It's like a it's just sort of like, if anything, doing it wrong can just make things better. And what kind of calamity does it have to be to not to truly make people not want to come back, or to truly put people off, or just go, that was terrible, hope they never come back. But that's the sort of thing that's sort of spurring me on right now. And I am trying to do more of these. Because my hands are lazy. And there was another one that the Star of Dan Gall suggested, which was which was in the wrong order, isn't it? It's that one, that one, that one, That's one. That's one. That's one. That's one. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I'll tie my brain up like a pretzel. Oh, why? Why do I have to have a human brain? Can't I have the brain of a genius from Mars? I don't know where I am anymore. No? Oh. Sports injury. Oh. I still don't know, like, exactly how moving the scales or playing the scales at a different point of the guitar work. I swear to God, poor Dan has explained it to me a billion times. Thankfully, when I tell him you have to explain something a lot more than once to me, he's very patient with me. Oh, that was wrong. Oh dear. Just thinking about the fact that I've got like very little to do tomorrow. I mean, I have like a comic to finish, but that'll take me like 5 minutes. I've got like lists on here of stuff that I want to do. Some of it involves YouTube, like I want to do like movie reviews, just watch I like watching B movies, you know. So it's not like I'll attract moviegoers of things that I'm not so much interested in, you know. Like if it's going to be like a trauma movie or something like that, it might be cool to get some trauma people on board, you know. And I want to do some Let's Plays as well, but again, like Let's Plays of like retro games, because I'm a retro gamer. Like I was thinking about Mario 64. I thought, you know, a complete playthrough of Mario 64. I don't know how long it'll take me, to be honest, because I mean I know the game very well, like very, very well, but I don't know. How long it would take to record it, and I don't know if it will be something that everybody would be interested in. But it's kind of interesting because I think it's kind of like following that whole sort of like that phrase of like it's all part of it. It's all part of it because, you know, we're talking about things like autism and stuff like that, but when we touch upon something like Mario 64, we're touching upon something that I obsessed over when I was younger. So it feels like my ability to play certain types of games well, I would probably ascribe to elements of hyper-focusing. But, you know, am I going to be playing it and just discussing hyper-focusing the whole time? You know, I sort of got to get my head around that. And, and there's another series I want to do, and I've wanted to do this series for ages, called Boss Watch, because I personally believe bosses are the most important part of a video game. And there's like a series I've been planning for ages called Boss Watch, where like the video is just an isolated examination of one boss in one video game. You know, like my favourite video game of all time, random fact about me is Dynamite Heady on the Sega, and there's a boss in it called the Nasty Gatekeeper. And that's a boss I give 10 out of 10. It's just like, it's amazing. You might have seen that t-shirt actually that I wear. It says, I am the Nasty Gatekeeper. It's a blue one. And it's got like a sort of a weird robot with like a big backdrop. I made that. That's the one from my t-shirt store. If you're wondering about the t-shirt store, by the way, I will plug it. I'll plug it when there's more stuff on there. Say like there's like 2 there at the moment. If I get it up to 10, if it becomes link worthy, then I'll put a link for it. And the same goes for everything else, including the comics under my own name. Because I'm putting together a small array of comics under my own name. Because it's Smoking Robots. Smoking Robots, that's like a funny page series. I think like some of you on Facebook have seen those already. There's another one called Skeleton Party, which I do want to make an animated episode of Skeleton Party. That's like the animation project, but I also want it to have a little bit of a life as a comic strip as well. And then there's 2 more. I'll tell you what, there's 2 more that I won't say because I'm genuinely confused as to whether they are on the not safe for work side of my world or on my side. And I think that's why I often talk about like the world slowly merging, because I'm like the lines beginning to blur. I'm having like ideas that are sort of 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you know. But I don't know. Like I feel like I'm getting closer to the means of just enjoying the I guess the diversity of things that I like to do. You know, like I've always had this problem where I'm sort of like there's so many different types of media that I want to touch base with, or you know, things that involve performances, things that involve writing, things that involve drawing, things that involve, you know, whatever. And I'm sort of these past couple of weeks since going down the rabbit hole of autism and understanding ADHD and understanding how my brain works, it's just like let my people go, and suddenly I'm finding a way for like everything to coexist. And miraculously, like everything can coexist, and I still have free time. You know, like before I didn't have free time when I was trying to organise everything and try and like tell myself to calm down with everything. I would like focus on just one thing. I would do that one thing really, really slowly, and I still never had time for anything else in my life. And yet, the second I turn around and I go, do everything, go on, mate. You know, like, you know, got like, must be like in total like 30, 40 things on the go at once. And I'm still sitting here in the evening going, oh, I'd really like to, you know, go to a random gig or something. It might be contentment. It might be just the fact that because I'm letting myself be Edward Finger Pies, that I reach a state of contentment quicker than I usually do. I mean, a lot of it as well is security. You know, like I said, I had a comic yesterday. It's done very well. And there's another one that I've already prepared, and that's going to be finished up tomorrow. Because there's no sense putting one out that fast afterwards. It's not going to be as big a earner. There's a long story behind that. But the fact is that another one is sort of been secured, so I'm sort of like, well, then there's no need to just keep slogging away at it. You know, you take a pause and do something else. And I'm like, if this is the way things are going to be from now on, then I'm all for that. You know, it's like all the madness is just being controlled. You know, and I like that. Let's go down here. All right, let's try all the things I know one more time. Apparently the temple is haunted. What the hell was I doing now? Oh, let's try the I just keep doing this over and over again, you know. And they do one more time. Ooh, that doesn't sound right. No. Oh no. That's the worst part, where you hit the first note and you just forget all the other ones. It's this, no, this, that, da, 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 da. Ha! I'm ready now. I'm ready to be in a band. I'm going to call ourselves Giles and the Maniacs. Because let's face it, the sane people won't want to join me. Thanks very much for watching, everyone on YouTube. This video was a bit of a scrambled mess, wasn't it? I hope it wasn't too arduous to sit through. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you very, very soon. See you later.